For my heroes of today, I want to talk about Nike will donate 30,000 shoes. And what are your thoughts on that? And Taiwan provides bone marrow. Now let's get into it. On to the next article of the day. In this case, could be a blessing or a curse, depending how you take in and analyze the information. Nike will donate 30,000 shoes to help hospital staff. And take a look at that shoe. Okay, I will agree that shoe looks nice. And it's nice that they're going to donate it. So let's read this short article, then I'll give my comment. Sportswear maker Nike has announced it will donate 30,000 pairs of shoes to doctors and staff at hospitals across the United States facing the pandemic of the coronavirus. The company will donate its first Air Zoom Pulse in November 2019 for the medical staff and doctors. Wow. In addition, 2,500 pairs of shoes will be donated to hospitals in the European countries such as Berlin, London, and Paris. The company has also donated 95,000 pairs of socks to hospitals in New York, Los Angeles, and the company hopes to donate about 25 million to the U.S. Coronavirus Foundation. Of the 3.6 million people infected with the virus worldwide, 1.2 million are in the United States alone. COVID-19 has also killed 69,000 people in the country. In such a difficult situation, doctors and medical staff continue with lack work clothes and protective equipment. Now, keep in mind, we just did a story today, and we talked about how doctors have been misrepresenting medical deaths. So I don't necessarily believe 69,000, but many did die. But that's not why I wanted to give this article for international news. In this case, if you recall, just last year, Nike was going to release a shoe with an American flag on it to support American pride, American history, and such. But then the guy in America, Kevin Kapnock, I think is his name, who took a knee to brothers being killed when his last NFL football year. He took a knee and he started big protests against football and people being killed. While I'm not necessarily against what he did, that's more of an issue between the company managing their employees on the field. I do think since Nike took that up his word over what people wanted, Nike got slammed by the American people because they put a few shoes on the market, then they took them back because they stood up for this guy. So I still would not buy a Nike because a Nike canceled an American shoe to show pride, but they'll put out a Hope shoe for free in America. So what is your thought? Do you think that this redeems Nike for what it's done with their double standards, or is this just a publicity stunt? Leave your comments below on your thoughts. I would like to hear. As you know, I like doing Heroes of Today. And so in this case, this comes from Taiwan. Taiwan provided bone marrow to Singaporean leukemia patient amid the pandemic. So first off, bone marrow is actually they scrape off your bone, so they weaken it, and because they want to give it to somebody else whose muscles have collapsed. And usually that's what leukemia does. Leukemia gets into your muscles and or bones in this case, and it just decays them. So they become so brittle and they're gone. It eats your body up from the inside. So let's read why they became heroes of today. Taipei, Taiwan News. The medical staff in Taiwan Tzichi Hospital in April were able to complete an extremely difficult task of delivering donated bone marrow to a leukemia patient from Singapore at the Hulan Airport in the eastern part of the country. According to the Huijon Chi Hospital, a Singaporean patient in her 40s was urgently in need of bone marrow transplant after having been diagnosed with acute leukemia and oblivious lineage at the end of last year. Since then, Singapore hospitals were unable to locate a match for the patient. They decided to reach out to the hospital stem cells center and were informed that the perfect donor had been found. However, as the coronavirus pandemic has continued to escalate, both Taiwan and Singapore have imposed strict border controls as well as canceled most non-essential flights, resulting in the delivery of bone marrow donations being postponed. Luckily, with the arrangement from the Hulun airport, the medical professionals from both countries were able to carry out with the difficult transporting process in less than an hour while adhering to the pandemic prevention guidelines set by the Taiwan Central Epidemic Command Center. The airport director said this was also the first time that Taiwanese history that a bone marrow donation was transferred overseas for medical workers without them needing to pass immigration. Huangshan Hospital superintendent emphasized that it was not easy for leukemia patients to find matches for bone marrow transplants. He added that the transplantation surgery has been done in a timely manner in order for the patient to survive. According to the ET Today Human Bounty Health Bureau, the chief said he was also present at a rare medical exchange. Chu expressed the gratitude to all personnel involved, including the medical workers and the aviation police, and they were all touched by this teamwork. Okay, so you see here's some more photos. Now, keep in mind when you transplant something, first it only can last so long, so they have to pack it in ice, and you know how fast ice can melt. So they have to, get it from the hospital or helicopter pad. Then they gotta fly it across the country, get it through all customs and everything else, plus get it to the hospital, plus on the operating table, and then into the body in the surgery. So transplanting is very hard. Now, here's my question for you. Are you an organ donor, or have you ever received an organ or a transplant? If so, why are you not an organ donor? And why did you receive a transplant, or what transplant do you need? Please like, comment, and subscribe to my questions below. I'd really love to hear from you. And what do you think about this hero today? Again, big thumbs up for me. Hi. The small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.